Okay, so we're on our last 10 pages. So the first 5 I'll do real time, and then the last 4 I'll just do a voiceover for. And then we will have 30 page kits ready to go. So whenever I just have a few minutes, you know, to get a page together, I can just grab these page kits and just go to town and get a page done. I'm finding that it's saving me a lot of time. And usually when I do these, like the putting together, oops, this came apart. The putting together of page kits is, you know, sometimes you get to a point that maybe you don't feel like scrapbooking, or you just need a little break, or you just, you know, feel like being in your craft room and you just don't know what to do. Putting these page kits together kind of gets your mojo back, I find. It gets you kind of in the space, your head space that, you know, maybe you can put some pages together after. I'm going to do gray and black for this one. And then I have no idea what pictures I'm going to do, but that's okay. Now, if you saw my video of, this will be probably a few days after, I started, or I kept dividing my embellishments into color theme. And what I mean by I kept is I had started quite a few months ago, probably close to a year ago. I had, whenever I would finish with a kit, because I had divided them by color, when I went to put them away, I was like, oh, I don't want to, you know, mix them all up again when I just took the time to separate everything. So I took a few of these iris trays, or containers, I should say, and then I just put the embellishments by color. Now I had a bunch of these that were not divided by color and were just kind of stuffed full of embellishments of every color and every manufacturer and all this stuff. So what I did a few days ago, almost a week ago now, is I went through some of these and started kept dividing them by color. And I'm really liking it because, like this here, I know I don't have any more grays in my tray over there. That, you know, those are all like embellishments that I put together for this specific making of page kits. I know I don't have any more, but I can easily go through this and go, okay, I can just grab a few more embellishments and finish these page kits. And it's going to just make it fuller. Now I have this here. No, that's more like home stuff. So I won't put that with that, but I think that's a full enough kit. So now I'm going to get a bag, and then we'll have four more to do real time, and then I'll do 4 with a voiceover. The reason I don't do the whole, 10 real time is because it does take a bit of time, and I want to make sure that my videos aren't like an hour long just putting page kits together. I find if I'm doing like the whole page or something like that, then that's fine. But just pulling embellishments, I find that 20-25 minutes is a good amount of time. And so by just making them so that they're 20-25 minutes, then it kind of pulls it together. I'm just going to grab, I'm almost done, right? I only have a few more page kits to put together. So this is the time to really start just putting as much as I can. And then that way, these embellishments will have a chance to make it to a layout. This has silver on it and this has gold. So we will keep it for another layout. I'll put that like that. I'll just put that on there. I don't know if this page, if it's about coffee, then I'll have the coffee pot. And if it's not, then I just won't use it. And that's fine. Okay, so that's a nice little amount. I don't even think, maybe I'll go in the pinks just because I don't find like, well, I have a few, but I want stuff, embellishments that can be part of my embellishment foundation. So basically to start off my embellishment clusters. And for that stuff, I like labels, I like tags, and all that good stuff. So because these are divided by color now, I can be like, oh yeah, there we go. Here's a tag. And I can tell you, I still have a ton of stuff to separate. And that's fine. I think what I'll do is I'll make it sort of a goal that every week I can pick one container, because some of the containers that I want to separate is the larger iris containers. So there's going to be a ton of embellishments in those compared to those little ones, right? Or I can do 2 or 3 little ones and separate those. So probably once I'm finished doing these 10, I think today I'm going to try and do a December daily, maybe 2 or 3 pages, or 2 or 3 days, I should say. And then I'll also try to divide some colors or some embellishments into colors. Let me see. This is going to be, I think I'm going to do green and orange. That's sort of the main colors here. So I'm going to try and get green and orange. Oh, there's an orange, green. Like I said, I know that I'm getting at the end of everything right now. The end of the page kits, the end of all the embellishments that I have in here. And I'm going to try to use up as many as I can. Okay, this is kind of sticky, so I'm going to put it on a piece of acetate so it doesn't stick to everything. Okay, so now I've pretty much exhausted everything that was in there. So let's go to orange in here. I don't have a lot in here either because, like I said, I just started dividing the stuff, but I think I have enough that I can get some embellishments in there. And then I'll go to green. It's so easy just to go and get this stuff. Okay, I don't know if I'll use that camera or that camera, but hey, I'll put them both in there and maybe that tag, and that's going to be it. That's a nice amount, and we shall see exactly what I use out of that. And that's what I find, that if I were to make this page from, you know, if I want to scrap a page today, and then I go and I look through my stuff and I find a few pattern papers, and then I got to decide what picture I want to do. And then I got to go through all my stuff and decide, okay, well, what embellishment am I going to put on this page? This could end up being an all-day thing, like seriously. But because, you know, I went through the pattern papers and I kind of pulled stuff from there. And then I went to now embellishments. And then I'll find the pictures. And I always find pictures that will will coordinate. That's never been an issue. Oh, look at that. Almost the same colors. Hello, don't run away from me. And this too. This is like a purplish blue, so we'll take that because it's a dark navy. Adventure. It's kind of purplish, but that purplish and pink really go well together. So we will put on there. Doesn't mean that I'm going to use it because I might find other stuff that I like more. But it's giving it a chance. And I don't think I have any navy stuff in here. And that's fine. Now next, I'm going to take blue. And what I mentioned when I was putting this together, I am not doing light blue, dark blue, like it's blue. Everything is just, if it's blue, it's in here. So I just have to go through and try to find the blue that is going to coordinate with this. And that's fine. At least it's all in one container. And I don't have to go through, 10 different embellishment die cuts packs. It's all in this here. And then once I find, see this, I won't use thanks. I just use part of it and hide the word. And then I use it as a label. Because, I mean, what can you, on a layout, to put thanks? I don't think, like I can see a thank you card or something like that, but I don't make cards. I scrapbook and I diamond paint and I read. I have enough stuff to keep me busy right now and I kind of started coloring, but I don't do it a lot. I do it sort of in spurts, but I don't mind coloring. I like coloring too. But I found that with, like in December, I had just so many other things that I wanted to get done. With the December daily, with getting this page kits, all the page kits done. And then just December stuff, right? Just getting ready for Christmas. Although we didn't do too much this year. Usually I do a bunch of cooking and stuff and baking, and I didn't do that at all this year. I don't know, I just wasn't in the mood, which was weird. I kind of got sort of in the mood at the end, just before Christmas, like when I realized like, oh, Christmas is in 2 days. Maybe we should, finish wrapping the gifts. Maybe we should finish buying the gifts. And then for Christmas, I ended up, there's this dip that everybody loves in my family. It's jalapeno dip. So I made that, and I made a veggie dip, which is their favorite too. So we brought that to my mom's. So that was pretty much the extent of my getting ready. Was I made a couple of dips, and that was it. But it was still fun. Okay, do I want these or do I want the hearts? I think I'll go with the hearts. Maybe I'll put that heart in there. Okay, so that's another one, and I think we have one left. So see how fast, I'm gonna get 2 bags so I don't have to keep walking over here. See how, I think this is the last one. Maybe there's 2. But this goes really fast. Oh, look at that. There's a little baby butterfly and it's pink. So let's put him in there. Stick him on something. There we go. Let's see if we have 1 page or 2 pages left. Nope, just the one. The 1 page left. Oh, and I love these papers. They are so cute. I got those at the dollar store. I was really impressed. And that was, I think it was a year ago, because I think it was at Christmas time. We were looking for, dollar store bags or something, and we ended up going into the dollar store, and I was like, oh my gosh, these are so cute. I need some of them. And I bought some, and I haven't used them, and it's been a year. So my thing has been that, you know, if you're going to get new stuff, you need to make sure that you use them, like actually put them to work. Which reminds me, I bought some stuff for Black Friday from Simon Says Stamp, and it's not here yet. That's weird. My husband went to get stuff for tonight. Today is New Year's Eve, and we are having a Just Dance, dance off, I guess, tonight. With Caitlin is coming. I think her husband is going to go to his friend's house. They were going to go to Halifax, but she hasn't been feeling well. The poor kid. She had again, last year, she ended up with a sinus infection and a throat infection on Christmas Day. And this year, it was like a few days before Christmas, ended up making the call at the, you know, at one of the clinics to get her in, and she had the same thing. But she's in retail, so she goes almost a month without any days off. And like, so it just drains her. And it's like big days, like 11-hour days, almost every day, because she's the manager, so she's always there. And so she ends up getting sick. So she didn't feel like, you know, Halifax is 2 hours away. And to go there for one night and then having to come home the next day, she was like, oh, I can't. So they're staying around here. So she's going to come here, I think. And so we're going to have a Just Dance off, which should be fun. Because I used to be in dance when I was younger, but I can't say that I'm like that dance coordinated anymore. So we shall see how that's going to go. I'm sure there's going to be lots of laughter. So today I'm going to do, again, I'm going to do my jalapeno dip, my vegetable dip, and we're going to have chicken wings. So all finger foods for tonight. So that should be fun. And then my oldest daughter, she's going out with her friends. I think she's just going to her house. Or they might be going out. I'm not sure. But she is coming here this afternoon, and we're going to make some bath bombs. So I thought that I would get this done right now before my day goes from pretty chill to pretty busy. So we'll probably make bath bombs for 2 or 3 hours, and then I still have to make my dips. I would have made them this morning, but I don't have anything to make them. So my husband just left to go get everything. Okay, so I think, oh, I know what I want. Some of those viewfinders. And I've had a few people ask me, like, where did you get those viewfinders? These are some viewfinders that my son made. So it's a PDF file, and I just sent them to my local printing shop, and I got them printed. Now, some here are the ones that, you know, we were trying them out and trying to get them to work the way we wanted to. But they will be available on my, or in my shop, I should say, shortly after Christmas. We're just trying to get a whole bunch of stuff ready here. And so they're going to be available soon. And it'll be a file that you can just download, and then you can print them on your printer, or you can send them to your print shop like I did. And I think it was like 50 cents a sheet, and you get like a ton per sheet. And then you can use them, and then print them again. So that's what I like. Let's get those pinks. See, these sheets were trials. We were trying them out, trying to get the perfect size or whatever. And that's why some of them are partially cut off. We were trying to get them to fit all on one sheet. But I'm okay with that, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it like this, and then I get to use 2 pieces, because I never use a whole one on one embellishment cluster. So I know this is going to be about mountain climbing, and I like this. The mountains are calling. We love climbing mountains, so that is perfect for that layout. And now stay tuned, and I'm just going to have a voiceover for the last 4 pages, you know, for this session, I guess. I'm calling it December 2019 Making Page Kits. So I have a playlist on my channel where all of them are in the playlist. So if you ever want to go back and watch them for the beginning, or if you're new to my channel and you say, oh, where can I find that? I have a playlist with all of these making page kits. So that's it. That's going to complete this round of making 30 page kits. Now I'm going to be actually making pages with them. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe so that you can see me putting these page kits and actually making pages. Okay, so we have 4 pages left that we are putting embellishments with. And for some reason, this time around, it feels like it went super fast. And I think it's because I was concentrating on just getting those done. So, you know, within a few days, I had chosen my pattern papers. And then right away, I chose a whole bunch of embellishments that I divided by color. And then I started putting page kits together. And instead of doing just, you know, a couple here and there, I kind of tried to group them in at least 5 to 10 pages that I would put together as far as embellishments every time I would go in my craft room. And if you want sort of an average of how long it takes to put the embellishments with each page kits, I say it takes between 5 and 10 minutes, depending on whether or not you have your embellishments divided by color. I found that having my embellishments divided by color, what it did was, because I don't have to go through 10 or 15 different die cut packages to find those specific little colors, it's saving a lot of time. Another thing that I did that I find is saving a lot of time is my regular embellishments in my scrap room. If you saw, I think it was 2 videos ago, I put, it was an Organize With Me. That's a new series that I'm going to have here on my YouTube channel. And one of the first ones was cleaning up my scrap room because, you know, if you're like me, I can't concentrate if anything is messy. So I cleaned up my craft room. And then the next video was to divide my die cuts by color. I had started that a few months ago, almost a year ago, but I only had maybe 3 or 4 different photo cases that are 4x6, and I had a few of them that were divided, you know, yellow, pink, blue. But the problem was I didn't have them labeled, so when I would try to find those cases again, because I have close to 30 of those little cases, I would have a hard time finding the case to put yellow with yellow and blue with blue. And second, I wasn't doing it enough so that when I was finishing with certain kits, you know, when I would start looking for it, it was too overwhelming. So I would just end up putting it in all one photo case. Now, another thing was that someone asked me, where did I get those little photo cases? I got mine at Michael's. It came in a case. I think there was 16, and it came like a little suitcase almost, and all 16 of them are in there. But you can buy those little irised photo cases. They're 4x6, and they also come in 5x7. You can get them at Michael's, and a lot of times they'll be on sale for less than $1. So I didn't just buy the big tray of them. I also bought a whole bunch of little ones because you can use them for so many things, including storing your photos. So if you want to, you know, print a whole bunch of photos and keep them by year, you can put them in those little 4x6 photo iris containers. But I found that this method really helped with this kit that I had put together, because if you remember, a lot of the pages or the pattern papers were scraps that I put together, but also the embellishments, these were all scraps that made it in another page kit but didn't quite make it to the page, because what I do is I put a ton of embellishments with each page kit. So I know I'm not going to use all of them, but when I'm putting my page together, I don't want to be running around my craft room looking for, this embellishment or that embellishment. So I make sure that I put a ton of embellishment with each page kit. But the problem with that is once I'm done the page kit, usually there's a few embellishments left. So this time around, I took my leftover embellishments and I separated them by color, and I'm trying to make 30 page kits with all those leftover embellishments. But what I found was sometimes I was lacking a little bit in certain colors, especially making it to 30 page kits. So having my embellishments divided by color really helped, because I could just grab one of those little photo cases and go to town and just add the colors that I needed. But that's it. I have completed 30 page kits, and now I'm ready to make some layouts. So that's going to be it for today, and I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.